Hello everyone, welcome to Blue Dragon Actuarial, and I hope you are having a good time. Last couple of months I was not well. I had an accident, I had a broken leg, and that is why I was not available for videos and courses. But now that I'm recovering and also gained some better understanding about my body and nothing serious, I'm doing perfectly fine now, and I hope that I'll be more regular with the videos, right? Like we used to produce weekly videos or maybe bi-weekly videos. So today's topic is about actual scams, and there are a couple of scams going in the market. So I thought that why not start or restart my journey in YouTube once again with a few of the busting few myths about or busting few actual scams that have been prevalent in the market. But before I start, you need to know about me since you cannot see my face right now. So this is me. My name is Arpan Sengupta. I'm a qualified actuary. Right now I'm working as an associate director in Moody's, and I am the head of Moody's North of India. I have around 13 years of work ex. So I'm a bit experienced in this field, and I feel that my experience will vouch for itself, and you can trust whatever I am saying because I am not only saying this from the perspective of Blue Dragon Universe, but also saying from the perspective that the industry needs and what industry is also missing, right? So I hope this kind of give you the trust that is needed for you to kind of work on this work on the scams that I've mentioned, that I'll be mentioning, and also protect yourself from those scams. So that is the main purpose of this video. I do on along with all of this, I do own a actual not actual. So I own a company called Blue Dragon Universe. It is supposed to be a lifestyle based company where we have started with actual coaching and coaching in trading, and then we have big plans. We also want to create our own fund house, and for that we are asking and seeking several licenses from different regulators. So that thing is ongoing as well, so that our student also get the opportunity to work with us and earn good salary, much higher than the average. That is always my dream, to do this vertical integration. But right now I think this is what I stand for, and this would be my short introduction, right? So that the person behind this video. Moving on. Before I start with the scam, this is a quote that I got from the internet, and I feel that is very relevant, which states that only fools can be scammed, and that is where I want you to be very, very focused, very, very smart, because there are different ways you can be made fool of, and unless you yourself are careless, you cannot be scammed, right? So you need to ask question, you need to validate yourself. Even whatever I'm saying in this video needs to be validated. Do not take anyone on face value, and irrespective of what designation, what power, what salary, or whatever that person is holding, do not take anyone at face value. Question. I feel that this generation have somewhere lost that art of asking right questions. And by right question I mean you have done your homework and then you are asking a question. So do not be a fool, right? Be an intelligent person, be a smart person, ask question, and do not get scammed, right? So this is a worthy quote, and I felt that this needs to be shared, because anywhere you see a scam, only people who are trying to reach some destination faster and feel that there is a shortcut to reach that destination usually get scammed, and someone who feels that going fast is better is always a fool. That is as per me. So please be smart, please be intelligent, please ask questions, and do not get scammed, right? So moving on, first scam that I see these days, it's been all over LinkedIn and all over whatever promotional materials we see, maybe in Instagram, maybe in even in YouTube. That is mock test, and mock test, like people are crazy after mock test, and people want mock test. Even in Blue Dragon Universe we have couple of papers, actual coaching for a couple of papers, and people ask us, do you provide mock test, do you check papers? Now checking papers is a different thing altogether. We do check papers, But the problem is we do not provide mock test, and there is a good reason for that, because mock tests are freely available, or not mock test, real tests are freely available in the website along with the answers, right? So unless you are aware of this, or if in case you are not aware of this, I don't see a reason for you to purchase mock test, because whoever is setting mock test, even if I have to set mock test, I'll take 10 or 15 question papers, I'll mix the questions, right, and then set papers. I'll not set questions from my own. I can, right, but that would not be a good parameter to judge you, because you will be judged on the question that has been asked. And there are so many materials like asset, there is revision notes that you can purchase from the institute, and that is copyrighted material. Few people also ask us about revision note, like, do we provide xerox of revision note? That is illegal. The very fact that you are asking means you are unethical, and that is also in our code of conduct as an actuary, right? So, and we are a private limited company, we are audited, we cannot do such stuff, and people who are doing this, you should report those, because these are illegal. So I hope that you do not want to be part of an illegal scam just for few thousand rupees benefit. So, and that is where we feel that we Indians have lagged behind, especially in some of these generations, like in my generation and the generation before that, and henceforward, I think ethics is something that we have not done well, right? So there are so many materials available where you can test your understanding, conceptual clarity, and you should purchase those materials. And even if you do not want to purchase those materials are freely available in the website. And I would just like to show those, so show where those materials are available, in case you are not aware, so that you understand that how foolish it is to purchase mock test, and how foolish it is to follow, follow, or maybe go by the promotion materials of coaching centers which are asking you to, or which are promoting mock test, because that is basically not amounting to much. Had it been an exam like some where mock test or wherever test are not, past papers are not available, as for example, FRM is an exam where past papers are not available, their mock test is very important, because there is no past paper. How can you appear for the paper? But for a paper like actuary, where all the, I mean, 20 years of papers are available, I believe, it just do not make any sense that you are paying money and you are selecting coaching center based on mock test. Because even if I have to evaluate a paper, I'll be evaluating the paper based on the answers that is given in the past papers, right? That is how I have also developed my concepts for those papers, right? And one thing, you remember, before I go to the website and show you where the test materials are, so I think one thing that you need to remember is this is a professional exam. Actually is a professional exam, or actually is a professional course. What it means is you need to understand concept so that you can apply that in profession. Now, obviously, the theoretical concepts would be in much more basic in nature as compared to what we do in real life. And ask me, because I am heading a team. I deal with conceptual issues every day, especially these days. People are not that prepared. They are getting marks in paper, but they are not good in theory. So that is where I feel that you need to be understanding concept, not memorize patterns to pass the exam and then fail in the professional life, because this is a professional course. You cannot prepare for this course like you have prepared for class 6 or class 7 or class 10 or class 12, or even in your graduation, because those are not professional exam. Those are theoretical exam that will test your understanding of a theory and how you can apply your theory. But in this case, this is a completely different thing, right? Here you need to understand the concept so that you can solve a problem that arrives in a real life situation, right? And no one is going to pay you a good package unless you can earn that company higher package. And how you can earn that company higher package? By solving problems. If your conceptual clarity is weak, how can you earn that company a better profit? So, and that require a lot of intelligence, that require a lot of smartness, right? You cannot just memorize patterns and see that these are the 10 patterns of questions that come in the exam, and that is how I will pass the exam. If you are doing that, you are scamming yourself. If you have that thought process, then you are the most dumbest person in the actuary world, because that will not work, right? So grow your mindset from that level. You are not a college student anymore, you are entering the professional world. And here you have to be smart. Mock tests are freely available, or not, past papers are freely available along with the solutions. If you are not utilizing that, then you are not utilizing your resources correctly. So I'll just stop there, and then I'll go to the website to show you where this materials are available, and then I'll come back to the further scams. Yeah, as you can see, I'm in the Institute of Actuaries of India website. Right here, if you come to actual studies, so for people who are just learning about actuaries, who want to enter through Institute of Actuaries of India, you have to write the asset exam, right? And there also the question paper and solution is available. The exam detail is available, so it is very detailed, right? So Institute of Actuaries of India has done a good job in kind of separating all of these. And then also there is question paper and solution. And now, when once you have passed the entrance exam, now you are writing the paper. Here you can see, you can come to question paper and solution here, and you can see the question paper and solution, which I have already opened. So November 25, obviously the result is not out, and that is why you'll not see the solution. But if you go to a paper previous year, so this is where you can see the solution, you can see the question, right? You can see that I am in the IFA site, and the moment I typed CM1 past papers, I can see the past exam papers and examiner report, right? So I think they have moved this, right? So now I am in the IFA website, right? So actually I was in the IFA website before, and from the IFA website I've come into this website called vle.actuaries.org.uk, where they have stored the past papers. So if you just search the website, you will be able to find that. I think you spend way too much time uh, in your own life browsing through Insta pages and websites. So I think this is a piece of cake for you, right? So unless you are aware, that, I mean, you should not. I believe if you are not aware, and then you are asking for some mock papers, I can understand. But now that you are aware, I believe that you should not be asking for mock papers, because the people who are providing you mock papers are using this to create those mock papers and charging unnecessary money to you, and you, because of your unawareness, maybe, and that is what I'll assume, because I believe actual students are smart. So that is why I'll assume that you are not aware, and after this video you are aware, right? So share this video with your friends as well, so that they are also aware that this is how they can get access to the mock papers, and they need not purchase it, or they need not ask someone for providing mock papers. So I believe that that scam of creation of mock papers that is going on in the actual coaching industry is now clear, and you would not make the same mistake that you have been making. Okay, coming to the the presentation. So first scam was obviously, as I mentioned, the mock test. Second scam is 1 crore package, which is long running scam in the actual industry. Many people like to say that you'll get 1 crore package after you qualify. Now, I've qualified in 2023, and right now, of course, my package is more than this, but I feel that that is because of my conceptual clarity, my ability to solve problems, right? You will not get 1 crore after clearing your 13 papers. And these days, qualification has become easier. I think this year also more than 1 lakh, combining all the three societies, right? IFA, IAI, and SOA and CAS. I think more than 1 lakh people has qualified. So qualification has become easy. You will see many people who were failing earlier, they have passed. Even coaching center people who have no experience are passing, right? And they are also showcasing those, or showing off those in their profile. So they have never worked in the industry. Most of them has never worked in the industry, or are working at very very junior levels. So they themselves do not understand how the industry work, and then preaching you that you are going to get 1 crore package. That is not how it is going to work for any industry. Any business, that is a profit and loss statement at the end of at the end of an year, and no one is going to pay you 1 crore package unless you can earn that company 10 crore. So that will not come from reading theories, and if you are reading it through notes, and going through just patterns and cramming patterns, so you are never going to get there. You are going to get paid for your conceptual clarity, not because you have passed couple of exam, because these days that has become a commodity. Everyone is passing the exam, right? And demand and supply rule, like you see the balance here, right? So the demand and supply rule also applies here. Passing paper might have fetched you 1 crore 20 years back, but you are born in the, you're born in the wrong generation. So now there are so many fellows, that fellows are working as interns, and they're also working as analyst. And a few days back my team showed me name of a person. I'm not naming that, but that person is looking for internship, and that person has cleared all papers. Is struggling to get internship, and the reason is because that fellowship might create an initial impression, but if you struggle in interviews, then you are never going to get to 1 crore package, right? You have to be a problem solver to get to 1 crore package. You need conceptual clarity, and you need a variety of concepts. You need to understand IFRS 17, you need to understand actual software, you need to understand Excel, you need to understand VBA, you need to understand SQL, and there are so many things, right? It depends on your work profile. So you cannot understand, you cannot learn quickly. And how can you learn quickly? You can only learn quickly once you have seen the situations like that, when you have passed through enormous scenarios like that, when you have been through difficult times and overcome those difficult times, then only you'll be getting this package. Anyone today can get 1 crore package, not only in Actuary, in any other industry. And the point is that person need to be a problem solver, that person need to have knowledge of that conceptual clarity, crystal clear conceptual clarity of that industry, of the work that he or she needs to do. If you do not have that, you are not going to get 1 crore package just by clearing 13 papers. And the salary that you can get after fellowship is reducing every day because of this supply and demand mismatch. Earlier I think it was around 30 lakhs that you should get after clearing 13 papers. Now I think it is being pushed to maybe 20 lakhs, and few days and a few years later, I think, and with the advent of AI, it will might be 10 lakh or 15 lakhs only, because fellowship would become a commodity. Everyone would be a fellow. So that is where you will understand that there is nothing extraordinary that you are doing. The exam pattern has been like that. You are given more marks as compared to the past, so you are forced to pass. It is not your credit that you are passing. Your The system is moving towards forcing you to pass, because that will generate revenue for them. More people pass, more people will take on other papers, more people will talk about. Actually, that will promote the institutes, right? So that is for the benefit of everyone, right? And they have understood this little bit later, but now they have understood it. They are going to create many more actuaries, which is not good for you, right? So this 1 crore package is a scam. If someone is telling you that after clearing 13 papers you are going to get 1 crore package, he or she is lying. And if you are being told this by actual coaching center people, they themselves had never worked in the industry, they themselves or they have might got a package of maybe maximum 10 lakhs, and they are telling you that they are getting that you can get 1 crore package. So whenever someone is making this comment, see at what designation that person is working, what had been the experience of that person. Is that person only a fellow, or that person has industry experience? Until and unless someone who has been in the industry for more than 10 years at least is saying that to you, do not trust that, right? And as I mentioned, you should not trust me as well. Do not take anything on face value, but verify from the right people, right? If you ask a coaching center person that Arpan was saying that I'll not get 1 crore package, he was saying no, Arpan is not lying, or Arpan is lying, right? So you will get 1 crore package, but that is not the case. Moving on. Second thing is separate class for IA and IFA. So this is a new scam that has been created, and my team got a query that are you taking separate classes for IA and IFA? Now once again, here you have to understand that actually is a professional course. It is not that you are appearing for CBSE board and you are appearing for Punjab board, and you are going to clear the exam from different boards. There will be different set of questions. IA and IFA materials are same. In fact, there are many questions in II which are copied from IFA. So the concept of having separate class means that you are just focused on clearing exam. You do not pay anything for you do not want to spend even a minute using your brain thinking that this is a professional course. You need to be a problem solver, you need conceptual clarity. You are just here for clearing exam, which you have done in class 1, class 2, class 3, right? So that habit has taken over, and you feel that actually is all about clearing exam, and that is a very foolish thing to think. And that is why the first slide that I showed, that fools get scammed, So you are in that fool region, and I believe actuaries are very smart people. So do not get fooled by this. You need conceptual clarity. You do not need separate class for IA and IFA. The questions are similar. The pattern is similar. IA has introduced, a couple of days back, IA has introduced multiple choice question. Then they have gone back on that, right? So IA is slightly volatile. The thought process there, the vision there is slightly volatile. IFA has already maintained a steady thought process, and that is needed because in job you will also need that steady thought process. If you are a volatile person, you are not going to survive in corporate. So that is where you need to focus on conceptual clarity, not on how you can pass exam from here and there, right? And there are also things about exemption. II give exemption for IFA exam, but IFA do not give exemption for II exam, right? So you can write the exam from both the society, assuming you have conceptual clarity. If you have conceptual clarity, you can attempt a multiple choice question. You can also write a theoretical question, or you can also solve a numerical question, right? So go for conceptual clarity. Do not go by II and IFA. This is a stupid thing that is going on in the market. Only stupid people are kind of promoting this, and do not fall victim to stupid people and be even more stupider, right? So I hope this point hits hard and this point hits home. Moving on, the next thing that I struggle with you people is conceptual clarity these days. Whenever I'm taking interviews, whenever talking to people, even in the conference, the presentation that are given are very rudimentary, which shows that you have not gone into the depth of something. And with the advent of AI, it is very easy to create a presentation. So you just go and type something in chat GPT and it give you some superficial answer, and then based on that you are creating a presentation, or you're basing your concept. You are not asking why something is happening, why something else is not happening, if your understanding is correct. So that entire thing is missing. The whole actual community has become a test clearing breed, right? Unfortunately, they are just clearing test and they are happy about that, but the conceptual clarity has taken a backseat. So I think there you need to understand once again that this is a professional course. Without conceptual clarity, they are not going to survive. You are in this exam setup because you can grow in your profession. If you are not growing in a profession, if you are going to get laid off in 1 year, or if your internship is extended, if your probation is extended, that is only adding to your embarrassment. So please do not be stupid. Work on your conceptual clarity. Otherwise, you are not made for this domain. Work in some other domain. Maybe teach, do a PhD there. Passing exam, getting a degree would be very, very important, not in a professional course. So please put your mind on this, that conceptual clarity is the most important in any professional course, not passing the exam. Passing the exam is the bare minimum of that. If you are made for that domain, if you have the aptitude for the domain, you should be able to pass the exam with relative ease these days. Earlier it was difficult, these days it is quite easy. So with relative ease you should be able to pass that. But if you are not even able to pass the exam, perhaps you are not made for this domain. You might do wonderfully well in some other domain, not for this domain. But the thing you should focus on, which will distinguish you from your peers, is conceptual clarity, right? And that is what I'm not seeing from actual student, especially people who are qualifying in from that 2021 2022 after the COVID. This conceptual clarity has taken backseat. So please work on this. And there are a few needless actions that I wanted to cover here. First is mentor hopping. Now, recently I have this interaction with someone, and that person, followed my videos and have been following me for a long time. And then since I was not making some videos, as I mentioned, because of an accident that I had because of an injury, so then that person mentor hop to someone else, and then that person, I am not going to name that, but that person owns a coaching center. He and her wife are teaching in that coaching center, and they are teaching rubbish things, right? They are the people who come up with those idea of II and IFA separate classes. So they are teaching rubbish things, and because of this mentor hopping, a good person, a person who was thinking in the right direction, somehow got, what can I say, derailed, right, from the right track. And that is because that person just lacked the patience to contact me, or to go by right people, or to ask right people. So unfortunately, what happens when you change, alter your thought process, alter your mindset, then you are leaving your previous mindset, you are moving into a new mindset, and then you are somewhere at the middle. You think both the people are saying something correct, I'll use some portion of this, some portion of that, and in the process you lose yourself and you lose whatever good you have in yourself. So stop this mental hopping, stick with one. I am not saying that stick with Blue Dragon Universe or stick with myself, stick with anyone, right? But stick with that person, and stay with that person till the end of your journey. If that person is correct, you will succeed. If that person is not correct, you will fail. But do not hop mentor, right? And do not think that if you have multiple mentors, that will help you. That will actually go against helping you. So be smart once again. Uh, Second thing that I've seen here, whenever there's a conference, people just start posting images of the conference, and I don't understand the meaning of that. Why are you posting images of conference? I can understand if you're a presenter and you are sharing that you have reached that level, but you have just visited a conference for attending some rudimentary presentations, and then you are sharing images. I don't understand that these are needless actions. The value added addition for sharing those images is just absolute zero. So once again, I'd like to be I'd like to mention that, question that, right? Just because I'm saying that I feel that needless, you do not think that is needless. You might have a reason for that. If you have a reason, please do write that in the comment section. I will also get educated by that, and I'll also learn your thought process. But I don't see any point in sharing images of conference. You are just trying to show off that you have visited a conference or you've made a presentation. I don't see any other reason for that, right? Until unless you are promote, like, I can understand that you are promoting that so that more people attend. So, but after the conference happen, you are sharing the images of the conference is beyond me. Until unless you want to show off. So that is where I don't see any value addition there. Third thing is something that I call herd mentality, sharing your marks, papers, degrees. Once again, papers are bare minimum in actual profession. If you are made for this field, you should be able to clear papers with ease. And once again, sharing marks does not mean anything, because the material you are studying is quite outdated. If you have worked for a couple of years, you already know that this is like the work that you do in real life is quite different from the theories that you study, because there is a software involved, there are so many assumptions, there are so many different things, right? So please, I mean, question that, right? It's up to you, question that. Do not be part of the herd. Once again, if you are just like everyone else, you'll be paid like everyone else, you will have all the achievements like everyone else. Basically, you will be an average person. So if you want to be an exception, do not do things what others are doing, and question, basically question. Sometime doing what others are doing is also important, but you need to question why you're doing something, why you are following others, right? So that is where, if you feel your answer is you are adding some value by sharing your marks and papers, then please go ahead and do that. But if you feel that there is no point in doing that, it is needless, because if I review a CV, then I'll not go by marks and papers. I'll ask question and ascertain myself that whether that is whether the person has knowledge or not. And very soon, our own companies will, obviously, when we start hiring, will be having aptitude test, because we are not going to trust paper marks, because many people are passing exam by cheating, and there are so many things. Although the institute have taken precaution for that, but this have also been the reality of post COVID actual qualifiers or fellows. So I feel that aptitude test would be the need for the industry, and many industry or many companies have already moved into aptitude tests. They are not trusting your papers. They do not believe that as a sign of your intelligence. So please stop showing that off in LinkedIn. It's just irritating. So yeah, it depends on you, but I find it completely irritating and completely needless. And finally, I would like to end this saying that I have seen some ludicrous status like, I am the youngest actuary, I'm the fastest actuary, I'm the whatever it is. So I don't see any point in doing that until unless you can translate that in your job. So you can say that I have a difficult project and I've solved this in this manner, that will add value. But other than that, if you are just, you are qualified, if you have qualified by age of 23, who knows, you might have started when you have started about actually when you have when you were 13, and other people at 13 were not aware of that, right? Or you have just passing something which are 20 years backdated, and that is kind of meaningless, especially in the years to come, where with the AI gaining more prominence. So I think these are just needless thing. You are doing this because others are doing that. You are just copying others, and once again, if you copy others, you will be like everyone else. So everything that will happen to you will be average. If you want to be exceptional, do things that are exceptional, and then that will start by asking questions. So please ask yourself this question, whether this is needed or not. So moving on, if if you feel that you have many things to discuss, you are misguided many times, and if you want to discuss this with me, and have anything clarified, also if you are appearing for interviews, and if you feel that you want to get a first hand experience of how interview is done, so we call that session mock interviews, but it can also be a discussion. So I'll just in a bit I'll show you where you can go and discuss this. But my time is precious, and also I do not want to keep this free, because everyone else will then come and have a discussion. It will not be taken seriously, so it is only for serious people, and we are charging very nominal 500 rupees plus GST will be separate. So I think 18%, so it will be 590 rupees, and I think everyone has the ability to pay that. If you feel that you do not have the ability to pay that, then unfortunately I can't help you, because I want to use my time effectively. So that is where I feel, if you want to have any discussions or mock interviews, then please do visit this page, which is bluedragonuniverse.in, and I'll just show you our website. It has a lot of courses, the real papers, and also additional courses which will actually make you industry ready, which others cannot do because they have not worked, unfortunately, right? So I'll just show that, and then that would be the end of the video. Okay, so I have reached our website, and here you can see, this is bluedragonuniverse.in. Your visual might be different because I am the admin of this. I have that right, so that is why I might be seeing it slightly different. But here you can come to video courses, and you can go to introduction to Actuary, and here you can book your session with me. We are calling this mock interview, but it's just once you book this, you will get an email from us asking what you want to do, and in that you can mention whether you want to discuss, whether you want to go for mock interview, or whatever you want to do, right? So you will have 45 minutes of discussion with me, and if it is a mock interview, we'll also provide feedback by giving you clips of the videos where you have gone wrong, what you should do, right? So I hope that will help you. And do check our the papers, actual initial papers. Right now we have CM1 and CS1, right? And then we'll have CB1 and CB2, which are in production, which will come very soon. We'll have actual higher papers, which are, and special courses, which are SP2, SS7, CP2, SA2. So all these are are part here. And then these are the special papers, the actual inner engineering, where you teach about actual softwares. And this is very important if you are appearing for an interview. All the questions, the tough questions that are not covered in the books, and that will give you tremendous conceptual clarity, which I mentioned is required in the interview. And then there is IFRS 17 live workshop, which we are having over this every weekend of this December, and it will be continued in Jan, Feb, March, right? So do check this. This is not for 15 July, so this needs to be updated. It is happening every month over the weekends, right? So do check this course. Spend maybe a couple of hours in our website bluedragonuniverse.in, and look through what you want to do. If you are a stock market trader, if you trade in derivatives, you can also check our stock market courses, right? So that's it. So I think you understand the point of this video. If you feel benefited, do like, share, subscribe, leave your point in the comment section. I will try to be more regular from now on. And yeah, please, once again, I'll request you do not have to purchase anything from us, and you might completely ignore us, but please be smart and intelligent. That is the least that we expect from an actuary. And unfortunately, we are not getting people like that anymore, right? So please be smart, please be intelligent, and please ask questions and then take your decisions, because once you reach a senior level, it will be all about taking decisions. So please make that into your habit from today. See you in future videos.